Answering questions from the press, the Kremlin Fuhrer said that the Ukrainian offensive had failed. So now we're going to figure out how much the AFU offensive has failed and what's going on. The offensive continues and it is developing according to its own internal logic. The Ukrainians are now moving in diverging directions from Rabotino, along the defense line. They have found themselves in the interpositional space, which is the distance of space between the defense lines. There are few minefields there, because the defending enemy forces need to maneuver between the defense lines. And the Ukrainian Liberation Forces are moving from the rear side of this main line of defense, respectively, making life difficult for the defending troops. And the fact that the Russians have transferred an entire airborne division from the Lyman-Kupiansk direction, which is supposedly promising for them, indicates that the Ukrainian offensive has not failed after all. If it has failed, then it has stopped. If it has stopped, why move reserves from the direction where you are supposedly going to succeed? So, despite the bravura statements of the Kremlin Fuhrer, Russian war correspondents write quite different things. They say that in some areas, the difference in the potential of Russian and Ukrainian artillery is such that any attempt at fortification work, even at the level of simply connecting the cells of the trench, the AFU suppresses with a barrage of artillery fire. Also, the AFU are using cluster munitions to affect the enemy's minefields, and Russian sappers are unable to restore them due to heavy artillery fire. As a result, the Ukrainians came close to the enemy positions, landed the paratroopers and are now storming the positions. The Ukrainians have been very much on the move after receiving cluster munitions. The AFU use them on the battlefield exactly as they are intended, covering large areas, clearing the way for their infantry, their armored vehicles, no barbaric use on Russian cities. Yes, Russian artillery can reach the front line, trying to interfere with Ukrainian infantry and Ukrainian armored vehicles. But this is not a counter-battery fight, it cannot reach Ukrainian artillery. And now the Ukrainians expect the US partners to give them M26 cluster missiles for the HIMARS. Their firepower is much greater than 155mm shells, it will be a nightmare for the Russian infantry. Once again I repeat, offensive and war in general is not a linear thing. It develops according to its own internal logic. The Russians took a year to take Bakhmut, it took them a month to cover a kilometer. The Ukrainians have already taken 3 months to overcome the supply line and the main line of defense, and further the matter can go much faster. Recall the Kharkiv operation, when a day Ukrainian troops were 30 to 40 kilometers with almost a march. The nearest key area is Tokmak, and then it goes on as it goes. Regarding the Ukrainian reserves, OSINT sources claim that several Ukrainian heavy breakthrough brigades have not yet entered the battle. And let Putin believe that the Ukrainian offensive has failed, and let Shoigu learn math, 6 plus 6 as we know equals 12. Thank you for watching my videos.